Look at you. You are the person everyone calls when they are falling apart. You listen for hours. You feel their pain like it is your own. You think this makes you a good person. You think it makes you deep. It does not. It makes you a target. The world does not reward your kindness. It harvests it. While you are busy being an emotional sponge for people who would not even help you move a couch, your own life is rotting. Your goals are collecting dust. Your boundaries are a joke. You have mistaken self-sacrifice for virtue. In reality, you are just an easy mark for every narcissist and loser in a 10-mile radius. You are bleeding out for people who do not even like you. They just like that you are free. Stop lying to yourself. Being too understanding is a death sentence. Let's get right into it. Number 9. The high cost of emotional labor. You have a finite amount of mental energy every single day. Every time you sit there listening to your friend complain about the same toxic partner for the 10th time, you are spending your currency. You are giving away the fuel you need to build your own business, fix your own body, or solve your own problems. You think you are being a supportive friend. You are actually just a free therapist who is getting paid in resentment. These people do not want solutions. They want to dump their garbage on your lawn so they can feel lighter while you suffocate under the weight of it. You are not a hero for carrying their bags. You are an idiot for letting them hand them to you. Start charging a price for your attention. If they are not adding value to your life, shut the door. Number 8. The myth of the good listener. Society praises the listener because listeners are easy to control. If you are always listening, you are never leading. You are absorbing the narratives of other people instead of writing your own. People who talk at you for hours do not respect you. They do not see you as a person with your own complex inner world. They see you as a wall to bounce their own ego off of. When you practice toxic empathy, you lose your voice. You become a shadow. You start to think that staying quiet and being understanding is a superpower. It is not. It is a submission signal. A threat persona does not just sit there and nod while someone wastes their time. A threat persona interrupts and says this conversation is over. Learn to cut people off. It is the only way to keep your soul. Number 7. The predator magnet. Your empathy is like a lighthouse for sociopaths. They can smell your need to understand them from miles away. When a normal person sees a red flag, they run. When you see a red flag, you try to understand the trauma behind it. You justify their bad behavior because you can imagine why they are hurting. Predators love that. They will feed you a sob story and watch you open the door to your life. You think you are healing them. They are actually just feeding on you. They will drain your bank account, destroy your reputation, and leave you empty. And you will let them do it because you are too busy being empathetic to be smart. Stop looking for the why behind people's cruelty. The why does not matter. The behavior is the only thing that is real. Number 6. The death of personal standards. When you understand everyone, you tolerate everything. You stop having a line in the sand. You forgive the person who lied to you because they had a hard childhood. You forgive the coworker who threw you under the bus because they are under a lot of stress. Pretty soon your life is filled with low-quality people doing low-quality things. You have no standards because your empathy has dissolved them. You need to realize that understanding someone is not the same as pardoning them. You can understand why someone is a thief and still call the police. You can understand why someone is a liar and still never speak to them again. A strong person has cold, hard rules. If someone breaks them, they are out. No explanations, no second chances, no empathy. Number 5. The weakness of the peacekeeper. You hate conflict. You think that by being understanding, you can keep the peace. But there is no peace. There is only your slow surrender. By avoiding the fight, you are just letting the other person win by default. You are teaching people that they can push you and you will just bend. This is how you become a doormat. You think you are being mature? Everyone else thinks you are weak. True peace only comes from the ability to wage war. If you cannot be a threat, your kindness is meaningless. It is just a lack of options. You need to develop a persona that is capable of being cold and detached. When people know you are willing to walk away or bite back, they suddenly start treating you with respect. Empathy is a tool, not a lifestyle. Number 4. The trap of the shared burden. Empathy makes you feel what others feel. If your circle is full of losers, you are going to feel like a loser too. You are absorbing their anxiety, their laziness, and their victim mentality. You think you are helping them up. They are actually pulling you down into the mud. You cannot lift someone who does not want to climb. Most people are deeply invested in their own misery. It gives them an identity. When you try to empathize with that, you are just validating their dysfunction. You are becoming a co-conspirator in their failure. Stop feeling what they feel. Start feeling what you need to feel to win. If that makes you look cold, so be it. It is better to be cold and successful than warm and drowning. Number 3. The erosion of the self. Every time you put yourself in someone else's shoes, you take your own shoes off. Do this enough times and you forget who you are. You become a patchwork of other people's problems and desires. You lose your edge. You lose your drive. Toxic empathy makes you a ghost in your own life. You start making decisions based on how they will affect others instead of what is best for you. This is a recipe for a midlife crisis. You will wake up one day and realize you built a life for everyone else and nothing for yourself. You need to be selfish. You need to have ironclad boundaries that protect your vision. Your empathy should be a small room in a very large house, not the foundation the whole thing is built on. Number 2. The illusion of moral superiority. You use your empathy as a shield against the truth. You tell yourself you are better than the sharks and the climbers because you care so much. This is a lie. It is a coping mechanism for your lack of power. You are not choosing to be kind. You are being kind because you are afraid of being disliked. You are afraid of the vacuum that is created when you stop caring about what people think. Real virtue requires the ability to be cruel and the choice not to be. But you do not have that choice because you have no teeth. You are just a sheep pretending that being edible is a moral stance. Drop the act. Admit that your empathy is a cage. Only then can you start to break out of it. Number 1. The necessity of the threat persona. To survive in a world that wants to use you, you must become dangerous. This does not mean being a criminal. It means having boundaries that are backed by a real consequence. It means being able to look someone in the eye and say no without feeling the need to explain yourself. It means being cold when the situation calls for it. People do not respect empathy. They respect strength. When you build a threat persona, you stop being the emotional dumping ground. You start being the person who calls the shots. You save your empathy for the very few people who have earned it through years of loyalty. For everyone else, you are a closed door. You are a business. You are a fortress. This is how you reclaim your life. This is how you stop the rot. Being too understanding is a choice to lose. Choose to win instead. This is not about becoming heartless. It's about choosing who deserves access to you. That's all for today. I will be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.